This is a Sheridanlife Radio podcast.
What's our favorite Scream movie? Why is McKenna Grace here? Is Stu finally coming back? Find out our thoughts on this and Scream 7 on this episode of We Care a Lot.
Welcome back to We Care a Lot. Sorry, do you know? What do you want to, how do you want to?
No, that was good.
Okay. And we're back after a long break.
I know. We're sorry, Willie. Is that
We're
his name?
sorry, Willie Thompson. We're sorry to all the fans.
The fan, yeah.
Yeah, we're busy with midterms and then we had reading week and now we're back. We're ready to record because we've been wanting to record this episode for a while.
Because we finally watched Scream 7.
Scream 7 finally out.
Which was your first Scream movie in theater, so there was
big
expectations.
It was. Yeah, big expectations. I was really excited for it because, yeah, I only became a Scream fan like between 6 and 7 releasing. And I watched the first Scream in fall of, I was trying to think about this last night. I think fall of like 2024. And then I watched all 6 of the movies in like the following 6 months. And
wow.
Why?
That was fast.
Yeah, well,
I'm just thinking, I'm like, wow, it took me
Did it take you a while to get through it?
Yeah, because I would really savor them. I was like, oh, there's a Scream movie, because I feel like every Scream movie like does something new, and I feel like I don't know, they're all great until Scream 7, but we'll get to that.
I did 1, 2, 3 in 2024, and then 4, 5, 6 in the first half of 2025.
That's good. I remember the first time I watched the first one. It was like when I had just moved to Canada, so it must have been like 2018 or something. And I remember my mom and I were home alone, and I was like, "Oh, let's watch Scream." And this was like before I was really in my horror era. So we started the movie, and after that first opening scene, she was like, "Turn this off. You're too scared."
Really?
And I was like, "I'm not scared. I can watch it." But I was
a great
scared.
opening scene.
It's a fantastic opening scene.
I know. I feel bad because I've only kind of watched the movies so recently, and I'm already like such a big fan. But I don't know. I just love them so much. So sorry if I'm a new gen, but I love the Scream movies.
I believe you. You even read a book about it.
Oh, I did. That? Yeah. So for the viewers, I was at Indigo in like kind of around last Halloween, and I saw this great book called Your Favorite Scary Movie with Ghostface on the cover, and I went, I need to pick this up and read what this is about. I skimmed a few pages, and they were saying such insightful things about the Scream movies that I was like, I need to buy this right now. And I bought it, and I read it, and it went through like behind the scenes of like the making of the first one, and then all the rest of them after that. And it even, the last couple chapters gave some insight on like Scream 7 and kind of the struggles that it went through to get made, because of course there was like issues with like who's writing it, who's directing it, and of course who's starring in it, which is the major controversy. But yeah, I love the Scream movies, and that book only solidified my love for them. And that book also gave me a lot of hope for it, because they were like, Kevin Williamson, the writer of the original Scream movies, is back to direct it. This was his first movie he's ever directed, and it's like he was like, I want to take on Scream 7.
Yeah, you became a big Kevin Williamson fan. You even watched Cursed.
I had such faith. I had such faith in him. You have to watch Cursed. I was thinking about Cursed, and I was like, after we saw Scream 7, and I was like, now that's a Kevin Williamson movie.
That's Christina Ricci, right?
Yeah, Christina Ricci and Jesse Eisenberg. Okay. It's really, really cool.
Okay. And Portia.
For 2 seconds. Oh. No, not 2 seconds. She's the Oda Mae Brown, but she's I don't know. She's
the Oda Mae Brown.
Did I not tell you about this?
She's a psychic?
Absolutely. You need to watch it for Portia from Arrested Development. Yeah. What do you have? What's your favorite Scream movie, would you say?
I mean, it's one. Like, that's such a basic answer, but
actually, that's also going to be mine.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked that question.
We could talk about favorite sequel. That's probably more interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Do you have a favorite sequel?
Let me think. I think it's definitely 5. I love 5 so much.
It is really good.
To me, it's 1, and then it's 5, and then it's actually, I don't know beyond that.
Okay. I don't know my favorite sequel. I can tell you my least favorite sequel, not counting 7, is probably Scream 2. I just think it's like, it's fine as a follow-up, and it does fine things, but I think the identity of the franchise really comes in like in the third one. I think they start being like, oh, we know what we're doing now. We know what each of these is like trying to
3
do.
3 is crazy though. 3 is on something else.
I love 3.
3 is awesome.
3 is like, when you're watching it, you're like, this sucks. And then you're like, this is actually awesome. This is the one with
everything I needed right now. Carrie Fisher.
She's so good
Bradshaw.
at that.
Yeah, she's really
good. I know, I was thinking Bradshaw. Well, they've met before. And like, the third one, it's in Hollywood.
The bangs.
The bangs are
You know,
rough.
I
Parker
saw
Posey.
on Fallon that those were her idea.
Her
Those
idea,
were Courtney
yeah.
Cox's idea.
I know, I
What?
saw that.
Parker Posey's so good. I watched Best in Show, by the way.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. Talk
Was-
about that later off the mic. What do you want to talk about now?
No, it's okay.
I really
we'll save
liked it. I just wanted there to be more. I was
And
like,
yeah,
this is
that
only
was
like
her
an hour and a
review.
half. It's like, give me more.
Yeah.
Oh, Catherine O'Hara. Oh, so good. Okay, back to it.
Oh, because okay. But Jennifer Coolidge and Jane Lynch.
I know. Well, she's in Morocco. She's dynamite in the sack.
I
They
should
were
watch
really
that.
good. You should watch.
Is there a
it.
couple?
And making near the end.
Oh, cool.
It maybe you just want to be like, I want to go back to that Royal
Winter
Fair.
Warfare,
I know
yeah.
that was my review. Yeah, Scream 3 is something else.
Yeah, and I think Scream 4 is a great one as sort of like
Amazing.
because that one took a while. It's
That
like
one was
1, 2,
almost
3.
a requel.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 were like it's a trilogy.
Boom,
You
trilogy.
made them. Then there was a big pause, and Wes was like, "I'm pumping out one last one."
Yeah, I mean, in
Wes
the book
Craven.
they talk a lot about how it's like that one wasn't gonna get made. They were like, no one touched this franchise after 1, 2, 3, and then they were like, you know what, let's do it because the script was so good. And then, sorry, I'd love to bring this fact up, but I thought I'd bring it up on the mic. But 4 was supposed to be the start of like another trilogy.
Yeah, with
Kevin
Jill.
Williamson had plans for like a whole Jill trilogy of like 4, 5, 6, where like she actually ends up surviving at the end of 4. She goes off to college and like gets kind of the fame that she wanted, but then someone's
stalking her friend group.
hunting her down because they're like, I know what you did last summer.
I think Scream 4 has some great moments.
There's some weak moments though, I'd say.
But I think even the weaker moments, like I'm thinking,
The guy
what's
with the headset.
yeah, well, him. But I'm thinking of the blonde cop woman. What was her name?
Oh, but she comes back in 5.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
It's
the
like
weak
she's a
moments they
weak
make
moment,
so
but
good.
they managed
That's
to
a
do
good
something with them
point.
in 5. And I think after the passing of Wes Craven, after 4, they were like, we don't want to touch this anymore. But I'm kind of glad they did. I think 5 and 6 were really strong, and I think Radio Silence should be really proud of what they were able to accomplish, especially after
I
seeing
completely agree.
Scream 7 and sort of
5
someone.
and 6 are so
Yeah. They clearly knew what they were
powerful.
doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think, like, before 7, I was never able to say like this one's my least favorite Scream movie. I don't think because they were all kind of like I had my top ones, and then the rest of them they're like I don't know, they're kind of all the same to me. I kind of love them all equally. And then 7 came along.
Yeah, let's do a quick like spoiler-free review of it.
Yeah, we're not fans.
Very like
we didn't
what's
enjoy
the
it.
word? It was very plain. It was very
Yeah,
like
very plain. It's like
generic.
we're doing the formula that Scream is so
making fun of.
that Scream is so known for making fun of, and like it's like you're not even making fun of it, you're just you're submitting to it.
Yeah, and McKenna Grace was in it, which was a big surprise for me. I
Yeah,
did
you had
not
forgotten
know
about
this.
that.
She's in everything. I think the kills are really good. Or actually, I think the kills
Some of
are
the kills are good.
the kills are fine. They're
There's
well
not
like
enough.
shot, but I think they lack context or like meaning in the story. It's
Definitely.
to characters that frankly
We
I
don't care about.
Speaking of characters I don't care about, I think some of the decisions for like writing Sidney in this movie are strange. Giving her a husband who we don't know, except he has the same name as the guy, like her love interest from 3. It's strange. I don't understand Mr. Williamson. Maybe he'll write another book about this, and he'll be like, "Well, the studio was meddling."
I also think there's no like moment or sequence that I was like, oh, that was such a good
was
like
just
Ghostface moment. Like
You're right.
in 6, you've got the bodega, you've got like the subway stuff. In 5, there's like Dewey's death in the hospital. There's no like defining moment where I was like, that was a great horror like chase or something.
Yeah, I think there's a couple moments that I really enjoyed, but they're far and few between. But it's whenever they do this a couple times, when Ghostface is kind of like in the dark and he
That was
peeks
good.
in just
Oh,
enough.
that was good.
Does that near the start, and then there's a couple moments near the end as well where that happens, where it's like it's just enough to be like, oh, he's in the shadows, and you only
Yeah.
see his mask for like half a second. Those are shot really well. Those are like really well done little pockets of horror. I don't think anything else in the movie lives up to that. I was thinking of a house sequence. Yeah, overall, even the opening, which I think with a Scream movie, there's a formula, and it's a weak point, but it's also sort of its strength because it can play with your expectations for that formula and what you
Definitely.
can do with it.
Yeah.
When it plays it too safe, then you get something that I find a little like predictable. Like Scream 2, I'm like, it's a little too basic.
Definitely.
But when you play with that formula, when you do something like in Scream 4, where you're like, oh, the movie's not over after like the quote unquote the killer is defeated, like you can do some really interesting stuff. This movie, I feel, doesn't do anything with that. Even like the opening.
know.
The opening is always famous person, something bad, like they usually get killed, some sort of famous
Yeah.
person. And it also happens to comment on whatever the modern like thing is. The opening in 5 subverts your expectations by having the victim not actually die.
I
Generating
love
survives
5.
that.
5 is so good.
The one in 6 subverts your expectations by not ending with the kill. You actually follow the ghost face. 7 has such a generic opening.
And I don't even, they never like, because
And who
sometimes
are
in
they?
Scream movies where you're like, okay, well, how was that opening kill? Like, I think 2, I think of a lot, where you're like, okay, well, how was 2?
Great
Yes, with Jada
point.
Pinkett Smith. You're like, well, how was that actually
It's a
connected
great
to all these
opening.
people?
Mhm.
They actually, Randy does in 2 explain, well, these people, da-da-da. I'm not going to explain it right now because I don't remember it.
It's the names.
But there's it, yeah, it's something with the names. There's an explanation for why it was these people who got killed. In 7, it feels like they never talk about that kill. They do once. They go, oh, some people died in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Because they were like, we're burning the house down. But it's like, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's a little bland.
I'm really disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed.
And let's take a break, and then we'll get a little more into that.
Yeah, I really want to talk about
spoilers.
spoilers. So see you after the break. An interview 30 years in the making. Gail Weathers sits down with Sidney Prescott, author of Out of Darkness and repeated survivor of the Ghostface killings. Catch it tonight, only on Channel 7 News.
I'm Amelia, founder of Sheridanlife Radio, and we're always looking for new voices. If you want hands-on experience in podcasting, radio, or media production, you belong here. Search Sheridanlife Radio and get involved today.
We're back from the break because I just started thinking about Scream 7 and I got mad. So The Boyfriend, guys, go watch it.
Go watch it, then come back.
And then come back. It's not good. They do that thing where it's like people are really suspicious of the movie and then it doesn't really amount to anything at all. I can name a couple examples. Like the teacher, the drama teacher, he's like really suspicious in the first 10 minutes and then never shows up again. Then the boyfriend, he's fine. I'm like, Sydney's being paranoid, obviously, which is her thing. Then he has the whole software downloaded and he's recording himself going, I'm going to kill you, Sydney.
I know. I was going to ask you this afterwards because you got me thinking, so
he was just doing
that for fun?
Yeah, he was just doing
to
that for
see
fun.
if it would work. Like,
yeah.
I hate it.
He could have recorded like, I love Sydney and her family.
Can you explain to me the girl from Pitch Perfect, the killer's motive? Because I still don't understand. Sydney, she was in an abusive relationship or she wasn't? That was a fake.
No,
she definitely killed her husband.
Yes. No, she was in an abusive relationship with the father of her son.
Right.
And then she saw Sydney like in the news or whatever, and it's like, wow,
Coming
she really
Out of
killed...
Darkness. Okay.
Oh, that's right. She read the book Coming Out of Darkness. And it was like, I'm gonna kill my husband too. That's what she kind of did to Billy.
Okay, I guess to Billy.
Yeah, she killed like her abusive boyfriend, but that was also like a high school crush. I don't know. And then she's like, I love that Sydney. And then Sydney kind of stops being that. She stops being like the awesome final girl Sydney. She becomes a mother, which I take issue with.
You take issue that Sydney's a mother?
I take issue with like the writing.
Oh, her writing being a mother. But I love it in 6 where in 6 where they're like, she has kids. She's like, don't bring her into this.
No, I'm fine with it.
Okay,
there,
her being a mother.
In general, I just think this is not so much like an individual issue. I'm like, if they want to do this with Sydney, that's fine. You can write her that way. But I just find that a lot of female characters at the end of the day end up getting married and having a mother. And it's like, especially with someone like Sydney, I know you can be like, oh, it represents her overcoming her trauma. She's gone through like a lot. I really don't see her really starting that family and being a mother. But I mean, what do I know? I just think, I don't like her as a mom. And I don't like her being married to another random Mark who's not the Mark from Scream 3. I had just made peace with the fact that she got with the guy from Scream 3. And I was like, well, we kind of know him. He's kind of a nice guy.
I didn't even think that
from
he
Community?
was... I didn't think that Mark from Scream 3 was a romantic interest. But when I was watching Scream 3, it was under that lens because you had told me she's going to be married to this guy in 7.
Apparently not.
Different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McKenna Grace's death is probably the most
I think it's
memorable.
My favorite. Yeah, the most memorable for sure. Swinging back and forth on like the lift.
I will say I really liked the final Ghostface kill, like when they shoot her up badly at the same time.
It felt
like
a
little
Tarantino. There was a moment where I was like, are we getting too silly? But
I think we needed that, and I think we needed that earlier in the movie.
I know.
When McKenna Grace is swinging on that thing and they're like stabbing her, I'm like, it's so boring.
When I think about that movie, I'm like, what happened?
I like the safe room in the house. I like
that was cool because I'm like, yeah, Sydney would have that.
The walls, I was like, this is a little like, I don't know.
Well, I didn't like they're redoing their garage or whatever until we got all the sheets up. And Joel from Community, Joel McHale from Community dies with the sheets up.
But he doesn't.
He
He's alive.
And we're back in the sheet room when we're doing the final Ghostface sequence. And also that felt so like
Rushed.
I turned to you, I go, it's over? It's done?
I like when Sydney's doing the big like stabbing at the end. You know, when she's kind of doing the Ghostface and she's like stabbing the woman a bunch. But then again, you mentioned this in the moment. You're like, wow, plot armor, because how is she alive? And they always come back for one last scare, but they don't usually like Michael Myers disappear last minute and then come back. I think,
I'm just like, what even happened? Like, it feels
Third
like
act
the
was really
twins
bad.
didn't even do much. I'm like,
Oof.
what? I hate that we like it's
the twins.
it's Gail and it's Sidney going to the mental hospital, and the whole movie they're stringing you along of like, oh, is Stu alive? Is Stu alive?
Horrible.
That's an awful decision in my opinion.
Did you see what Mikey Madison said about?
What did she say?
Because apparently they asked her for a cameo, and I'm like, oh, of course, for like the final, like all the killers.
They asked her for a cameo. She said
and
no.
she was like, my camera isn't working. And then they're like, what about your back camera? Like, you can record this with your phone. She goes, that one's not working either.
Good.
It's like, yeah, she does have an Oscar. There's a lot of moments where I was like, this sucks. I was watching and I was like, this is annoying. Not even like, oh, this is boring. Now you're annoying me, which is worse. Actually, no, it depends. But when we're doing the whole Sydney's running to the restaurant, and then she stops. And now we're putting in her phone, and then we're putting on her AirPods.
Let me put my AirPods in.
The killer is outside.
Wait, let me get you in my ear.
The speakerphone. What happened to that? It's detestable. I
scene when she puts the AirPods in gets me.
This could be a Raycon ad. It doesn't feel real. It's so.
And I literally saw a TikTok after we'd seen Scream 7 that was explaining to people like the difference between the Scream movies and the Scary Movie movies, and the difference between a satire and a parody.
Yeah.
And when I watch Scream 7, it's hard to tell. Because I'm like, this could be in Scary Movie, some of this stuff.
No, because I don't think I don't think they're self-aware enough.
You think that like, okay.
I think they played everything dead serious. I think Kevin Williamson thought he wrote Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. And I don't think he did.
Kevin Williamson. Like, oh, the rumors of Stu coming back was already like setting me off, and like, oh, the rumors of Roman and Dewey coming back. They only came back for the AI deepfake cameo,
which
has no like emotional weight.
Oh, I hate it. The Matthew Lillard recordings where he was like
so overly
when
animated.
When he would try to like hang up, but it's like, you aren't hanging up. Like, this is recorded with a professional camera. Like, I don't know. It's so bad. I'm really disappointed in all of that. I think the Matthew Lillard stuff was really sucked.
Yeah, it's like a whole new friend group that I don't really care about.
And they don't give you any reason to care about them.
Like, yeah, I already said this to you, but it's hard to reboot a franchise for a second time with like a whole other.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Because I guess when you think about it, and like 4 did it pretty well. 4 is a whole new cast of characters. Yeah. And that does it semi like well. And then, but 5 really, in my opinion, does it the best, where it's like, you got Tara, you got the twins, you got Sam.
And then they do a much better job because they actually focus on them. And that comes at the sacrifice of a focus on Sidney and like Gail. But I think it's fine because they do, I don't know. Yeah. They have enough in that movie to do. And same with Dewey.
Yeah. It's just awful Ghostface. Awful everything.
Oh, yeah. Ghostface reveal. I had to turn to you and go, who is that one? Who is that like, guy?
It's what? It was the neighbor and her friends from the psych ward that have no connection to Sidney, no connection to the horror genre, the stab movies, because that's what it's about for me. I love it when the killer's like, oh, I did it because the stab movies, oh, I did it for the fame, oh, I did it because for the genre. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's really normally what they do. That's the typical motivation, and I know they're trying to make this one all about Sidney, so they made the motivation about Sidney, but we're losing what Scream is.
Yeah, I agree. And speaking of which, because this reminded me, I went home and I was like, am I going to be scared by this? Because sometimes I was home alone the whole weekend. So I was like, let's watch the scary movie and then go home and be there. And I wasn't scared at all. And you know why? Because I was like, I'm not Sidney. These people don't care about me. Ghostface isn't killing me because it's like, I don't know. The first one's so scary because it's like, this could happen to anyone. Because at that point, Sidney just feels like a rando. And all these people around her are getting killed. And a lot of the sequels also tap into that fear where it's like anyone. It's always someone you know. I don't know these people. I don't know the woman from the psych ward.
It's always someone you know. And it's like, I did like when you do, like in the middle of the movie, you take the Ghostface mask. They catch him early.
They take off the mask.
They take off the mask and you're like, who is this? And it's like, because it's like, it's playing. It's playing on the Scream thing of like, it's always someone you know. But it's like, oh, it's actually not. And I was hoping that, okay, maybe we don't know him now, but at the end of the movie, they'll explain like that, oh, we actually did know him. Well, they did a little bit, but he's just some guy from the psych ward. No connection to Sidney.
Carl.
No connection to the past movies.
He was in the coffee shop.
But no connection to anything.
I think the last thing I really have to say is there's this cute little montage halfway through the movie where they're doing the lockdown. and I was like, oh, I like the vibe. And I just remember thinking that in the moment where I was like, this is good. This is like if the movie was more of this. And I kind of like when she's running through the streets and everything's in lockdown, so it's like, or like, what's the word? Curfew. It's the curfew. So she's running through these streets. She's like, help me, somebody help me. And it's like no one's on the streets. That's kind of a cool sort of twist where it's like you're in the middle of civilization, but no one's coming for you. But I don't think they do a good job with that at all. And speaking of that montage, the music throughout the whole movie was crazy.
Was a lot.
Was crazy. Who was choosing those songs?
I gotta check who it was. There was
about
the classic
20 different people.
There was the classic Red Right Hand, but because that's the classic Scream song. But other than that, if the music was all over the place, yeah, it's not good.
It's like kind of modern. It feels very. It's a really Scream 7 is a bland slasher with nothing that really like separates it from any other.
Neve Campbell's performance amazing.
Neve Campbell is actually really good. And I wish
really
good.
good.
A good movie.
It's unfortunate because it's not a good movie, but
your writing not great. But
last thing I want to say
Gail,
is like,
I mean, Courtney Cox was not great. I thought she was not.
She keeps getting pulled in, and it's like, oof.
And I think she was really good in 6. 6 was one of like her best.
Yeah, because she faces off against Ghostface, but it's like. Yeah, Gail never really interacted with Ghostface in this one.
And she has one scene where she's like,
twins never really interacted with Ghostface.
In the kitchen for a second, that's right, and then they're out of the movie. Horrible. Kevin Williamson, get back in that writer's room, or don't, or maybe get out. But yeah.
Make Cursed 2. But I think, and hey, this might be a hot take.
Does Portia die?
I'm not going to comment on that, because I don't remember.
Because I want her to be in Cursed 2.
I think this might be a hot take. I'm open to a Scream 8. I'm absolutely open to a Scream 8.
But Radio Silence has to come back.
Yeah, it has to be Radio Silence back.
And
it has to be me in the writer's room. Me in the writer's room. Not Kevin Williamson. I'm sorry, Kevin. Maybe me and Kevin tag teaming it. And a little bit of Aya LaBunca.
Sorry?
Wes Craven's wife.
Oh, okay. Aya LaBunca?
That's not her name. I'm butchering it. Okay. I have to cut that out. Anyways. I think Scream 8, and also do something where it's like, we're doing another, like, this is this one. Because with Scream 7...
I was also thinking, what else are they doing? They've done sequel, trilogy, they've done, like, reboot, then they did requel and franchise.
I know. They do a versus. No, because it's Ghostface. No, with who? How are you going to do that?
What's another movie that's like, so meta?
It would have to be with I Know What You Did Last Summer or something.
Oh... Yeah,
well, I would know, but
be like with a realistic killer.
You're thinking the meta is the issue. My issue is that like it's not like the same killer. Who are you gonna take the mask off and it's gonna be because it's a whodunit. You can do a versus movie.
You need to get into Freddy versus Jason because the way that movie deals with like the mythos from this franchise is just so cool.
But I think if you're doing a Scream 8 or even Scream 7 should have been another because we go through them. Scream, it's Scream. Scream 2, it's the sequel one. We're at university. Scream 3, it's the movie one. Scream 4, back in Woodsboro. Scream 5, it's the requel one. We're also back in Woodsboro.
But more than back in Woodsboro for the fourth one, I'm like, this is Jill.
This is
the
Jill's,
next generation.
Exactly. Scream 6, where it's the New York one. Scream 7, where are we? We're in Pine Grove. We're in Pine Crest and the Little Latte.
And they kind of do like a Resident Evil thing. I was thinking about this last night, where it's like 5 and 6 are kind of remakes, like loose reimaginings of 1 and 2.
Exactly.
From the killer motivations to like, oh, the second one's in a new place.
Yeah.
It's like, I think there's a lot of cool parallels there. Resident Evil does this too with like 7 and 8 being remakes of 1 and 4. But it's like,
and then does Resident Evil 9 lose that? Because in my opinion, I don't think 7 is reminiscent of 3 at all. Only from the fact that it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, no, Scream 7 is not reminiscent of Scream 3 at all. I think it's way more of like, again, we're doing Scream 1. It's like, we already did Scream 1 a lot. Let's do something with Scream 3 where it's like, let's go big into stab. Let's do a lot of like stab movie stuff. Like, let's go to these sets. Let's have the cast of the stab movies get killed. I know that's a little Scream 3, but it's like, and a lot of the Letterboxd reviews were saying like, I think Scream has become stab.
That would absolutely. Yeah, I still seen those reviews, but I think the opening kill, if they had kept going with something like that, with like the opening kill sets up a lot about like all the stab fans and stuff like that. You could have done something there with that opening kill.
Wow, what a waste.
What a waste. What a waste.
I think that's where we're going to end it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to this episode of We Care a Lot. Let us know what you guys thought of Scream 7, if any of you saw it. And we'll be back in another 2 weeks with a new episode.
I've been James.
I've been Gil.
And this has been We Care a Lot.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.